What is going on, everybody? How are we doing today? IronSmithy back with another build, a guide for New World. Today we are going to focus on the Rapier and Spear. This has been another build that I've been having a ton of fun with. The Spear providing a ton of crowd control ability, some knockdowns and everything like that, and then the Rapier just bursts DPS out of like control. Burst DPS. It is so fast, it is so quick, it is so efficient to burst down damage, and what it lacks in maybe sustain and survivability, it makes up for the amount of damage it's able to put out in a very short period of time. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, please smash that like button and click on the subscribe button. Get us closer to that 1,000 sub goal that we are just less than 50 subscribers away from to get that YouTube partner status. It would mean the world to me. And without any further ado, let's get right into the video. We are going to check out, like we do here every time, we're going to check out our attributes, our weapon skills, our build, and then we are going to go look at our gear, and then we will jump right into the action, showing you guys the build and work. So without any further ado, here we go. Here's the statistics we are rocking with. We are going straight dexterity, straight constitution, since the primary attribute for both the spear and the rapier is dexterity. We can dump everything in there and still get maximum efficiency with our weapons. And you get all the perks of dexterity, which gives you 5% critical hit chance, as well as skinning bonuses as well. 5% thrust damage, which is the main damage source of both rapier and spear, as well as dodge cost 10 less stamina, so you can actually get some extra dodges in there, which on some boss fights in the dungeons, especially in the depths on the final boss, having those extra dodges can definitely help you out quite significantly. Next, we've got a bunch of points into constitution, 70 points that I put in myself without what we have from the gear. That gives us 20% extra. All health consumables are 20% stronger, so our healing potions, all our max health is increased by 10% of our physical armor, which we're rocking medium armor, you'll see here in a second. And then we got minus 10% to crit damage taken, so any crit damage done to us is going to be reduced by 10%. Really cool, really easy, simple point allocations. You don't need to split it between 3 different stats. Having it just all dex, all constitution works extremely well for this build. We're going to start with the rapier, since that's sort of the main source of damage. There is 2 ways to do this build. This is the way that I've been doing it. I'm basically focusing all on grace. We're going to have an extra point in here on guard as we level it up as well, and we're going to be grabbing one of the other passives. Actually, we're going to be taking interruption here, and I think one of these passives as well. But currently this build is focused around evade. It gives us a lot of mobility. It gives us a lot of we gain stamina. Basically what it does is a small sidestep in a current movement direction, whether you're left, right, forward, or backwards, whichever direction you're moving in, it will do a quick sidestep out of the way for you. But as you continue to put points into this, you gain 20% movement speed for 3 seconds after using it. You gain 15% increased damage on your next light attack. Okay, and then this is where it gets really interesting. Every successful light attack reduces the cooldown of this ability by 30%. So you hit evade, you gain 15% increased damage on your first light attack. Because the rapier attacks so quickly, you do 3 attacks very quickly. By the time those 3 attacks are done, the skill is already reset. You do it over again. You can literally spam evade and do it over and over again, and that's where the burst in this comes in, like, so handy, it's unbelievable. Then we have flesh that we've added to this as well. With anytime we kill with this ability, it's going to reduce the cooldown by 80%, so we can get more of those in. And then after we perform flesh, the next critical attack will have its damage increased by 15% for 5 seconds as well. So you go in with flesh, you hit it with an evade, you do 15% increased damage, plus if you crit, you get another 15% increase on that critical damage. The burst is just unbelievable. We gain 25% increased damage on our next light heavy attack after light or heavy attack after performing an ability. So again, we're getting 25% here, we're getting 15% here every time that we hit evade. I mean, there's just so much damage output from the rapier, it's unbelievable. I run currently riposte with this build. What it is it's a defensive stance for 1 second if you're struck with that ability. So as you get the tell from the enemy that they're about to strike you, you hit riposte. it will immediately counter the attack, taking 0 damage for yourself, stunning the enemy and all enemies in front of you in sort of a conal area. Very, very nice ability. You can, I've put additional points in it to trigger that all your attacks become uninterruptible. The cooldown of rapier abilities again by 20% when landing a Rippo stun. So you combine that with 80%. If you kill with that, every light attack reduces the cooldown by 30%, and then you add that anytime that you block with this, you gain another 20% cooldown reduction. You can see how your statistics or how your abilities are just constantly going to be on cooldown. It's so fast. And then obviously we increase the stun duration from Rippos to 2 seconds. Very, very nice ability. Interrupts specials from mobs and everything like that. So when they're glowing silver type of thing and they're about to do a special attack, you hit it with Rippos and it will interrupt, especially if there's multiple attacks within that succession. Very, very handy ability for myself. The other way you could build this is with Flurry. I've seen a lot of people do it. It is a lot of fun. I'm still sort of on the fence between the two, but currently, since I do a lot of solo and even in dungeons, I think Riposte is always handy to have. And especially when you're doing like in the dungeons, sometimes, you know, 1 or 2 mobs might slip past the tank. You can go pick them up, keep them off the healer, keep yourself alive without adding too much strain to the healer by using Rippos. So I like this build a lot. I've been having a lot of fun with it, and you'll see how it sort of plays out in a second when we get into the damage. Now, to add to survivability, and because I do a lot of PvP and wars as well, having Spear on here is very, very handy. With Javelin, I mean, it's a ranged attack on a spear. Very, very cool. But when you add forceful impact to it, you knock down your opponents on impact as well. Headshots reduce the cooldown by 50% and 2.5 damage per meter traveled. So the further away you are with the javelin, keeping in mind that there is a fall of shot with it, meaning that the javelin will decrease its velocity essentially over time. So the further you throw it, the higher up you have to aim for it to hit. This will just take some practice for you to get used to it, everything like that. But still, the further away you are, you can gain up to 100% extra damage through this ability chain as well. And then obviously we have Sweep to do, basically it's going to knock them down again, 75% weapon damage and knocking them down. My openers most times is I'll hit them with a javelin. It's going to knock them down. I'm going to start running in. As they're getting up, I'm going to hit them. Generally, I have reached them at this point. I'm going to hit them with the Sweep, knock them down again, switch over to Rapier, and burst them down from behind because we gain increased backstab damage and everything like that from our Rapier that we have. I will show you guys that in a second. And it just makes for very efficient, very low damage, since we don't have a lot of sustain like you do with like a hatchet, let's say, with you know, healing over time and the inability to be staggered and all that kind of stuff. With the spear rapier combo, you can knock them down again, switch to rapier, burst them down, and generally they are down pretty quickly. We've increased 30% stamina regen with strong conditioning. We have added restores 20 stamina on critical hits as well. And we have also added successful heavy attacks to reduce all spear cooldowns by 15%. You can see I've got a bit of a theme with this build where everything we do is reducing cooldowns all the time, so that we have these extra stuns, we have these extra abilities all the time, constantly going at our disposal when we need it, whether in PvP or PvE. Lastly, let's jump into the gear. Start with the weapons first. Shark Tooth. Beautiful. If you can get this to drop and you're running a rapier main, it is going to make your life very, very easy in the level 40 range. I will tell you that much. As far as I'm concerned, this is the perfect stats you can get on a rapier. Having Rogue on there with 14% more backstab damage as a DPS in dungeons, in PvP, whenever you can attack from behind, you always want to be doing it with a rapier anyways. And the fact that this has 14% more backstab damage is just absolutely beautiful. Retaliate, 12% extra damage after receiving 3 hits to put that gem in there. I mean, obviously more damage output. This is a straight dex roll, 21 dexterity with enchanted on it as well. So all of our light and heavy attacks, period, do 8% more damage. When this dropped, my jaw also dropped and hit the ground because I think this is a perfect roll that you can get on a rapier. Defiled Spear we're running as well. Not a perfect roll on this one. Con int, it's bleh. I mean, we use the con, so that's good, but there's no dex. I would like to see a straight dex roll on it, but it does have chain fire and it does have mortal life steal on it. both really good abilities as well, so it made up for the not having any dexterity on it, so I was okay with that. All of our gear is DexCon. Then we got, you know, some different spells in there. I'll let you guys read through it instead of me doing it. But DexCon, Covenant coat obviously is always very, very good. So we have that. We got the Covenant gloves as well. We do have the Musketeer's pants of the Brigand with Dex and Con, Corrupted War, reinforced, extra durability, always nice to have. And then we got, you know, our token green item that we have to have as we're leveling and upgrading our gear. 440 gear score, 7 Dex, 7 Con, Beast Ward as well. Decent gear, nothing too crazy, nothing too hard to get. Everything is pretty much done from questing or from your faction. Then we have our Con neck piece with slash ward and slash protection. We've got our ring with Constitution, stamina recovery, and empowered. And then we have our earrings, which is dexterity and focus. Obviously we don't use the focus, but 10 dexterity on the first earrings that we get is pretty good. And again, it fits right into our build because it reduces all of our cooldowns by 2.2%. So very, very decent build. That is sort of everything to do with this. Now let's go jump into some action. All right, here we go. We are back. It is time for some action and put this build to the test. We have come out to a level 50 area. I'm currently 48, so you guys will be able to see 2 levels higher and still how efficient this build is and how quickly we can burst some of these guys down. So we're going to start off with this Warhound here. Like I said, we're going to open up with Javelin. We're going to knock down that puppers. We're going to head over there. We're going to run up. As he comes to us, we're going to knock him down again. Unless he is doing a special ability, no big deal. We are going to hit him with evades and just burst him down so freaking quick that he doesn't even know what happened. We are going to eat up a little bit for this one just to make sure. But here we go. We got, how many do we got here? We got 2 guys in here. So let's do a double just to show you guys what it looks like. So again, we are going to switch over there. We're going to hit them with the Javelin. We're going to knock this guy down, switch over to our Rapier, and just start burning them down. Hit our flesh to move through them. Wait to make sure that we're not putting ourselves in a poor attack opportunity, and then just burn them down with our evades over and over again, increasing our like repositioning with the evade. So you'll see a lot of times I'll sidestep to the left or right of them to try to get behind them for a second. And still, even with 2 mobs, level 50 apiece, we're still able to take them down real easy. We're going to heal up real quick. We're going to go grab another double pull here just to show you guys. Flesh through. Start burning this guy down because we have him right here. Before the other guy could even react and realize what the heck is happening, there's the stun from Rip Post. And then we just burn right through him. Flesh through. Give ourselves a little bit of space and then finish them off nice and easy without barely losing any health. So even though this doesn't have the sustain of, let's say, a hatchet build or anything like that with like heal over time and inability to be staggered and all that kind of stuff, it does give you so much burst damage that in both dungeons and PvP and everything alike, I am generally pulling some of the top DPS with this because attacking from behind with this, and especially with Shark Tooth in the mix as well, attacking from behind with that 40% additional backstab damage, the fact that you're constantly resetting your evade, that you're constantly gaining empowered states from doing your heavy attacks, and every light attack is giving you extra bonus damage as well. There's just so much stacking benefits with this build that you are able to burst down 90% of what you come across. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have any questions, comments, queries down below, let me know. All right, so there you have it. There is our Rapier Spear Guide. I hope you guys, gals, ladies and gentlemen, humans of the forge enjoyed it. It was a ton of fun to make. This Rapier build has actually become my main build that I'm using in game right now. And I just love it. I love being able to get into the thick of things and just watch those health bars melt down. It is so much fun. The burst is insane. The mobility is insane. And I've been having a blast with it. I hope this video helped you guys. I hope you guys like it. If you do, make sure to smash that like button and hit the subscribe button. We are so close to 1,000 subscribers, getting that partner status over here on YouTube and continuing to grow each and every day. I appreciate each and every one of you for making it to the end of the video. If you guys did like this guide, if this is now your new build and you've been playing it in game, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear what you guys think about it, what you dislike about it, what you would like to see next. If you guys have a recommendation, a build you would like to see, let me know. I will research it up. I will make a video for it in the next coming weeks for you guys. I think the next one we're going to release after this is probably going to be something like a Warhammer Lifestaff sort of Paladin style build. And with that being said, guys, gals, ladies and gentlemen, humans of the forge, I hope you enjoyed it. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you guys in the next video.